So the Army is really pushing to bring the corporal back. Let me tell you my thoughts on this.
Hard work, hard work. Hard work, hard work. Hard work, work. There you go.
Whew, figured I'd take a walk, talk to you guys. Yeah, so the Army is trying to really push to bring Corporal back. It's a shame how it kind of got downgraded. I don't know how it went by the wayside, because if you guys, been in the military long enough, let's say, or even Army, you know that the E4 Mafia was the biggest thing. I mean, they went from spec 1, 2, 3, 4 back in Vietnam days, and it was all about being technical and all that stuff. But I'm not going to dig all into that. I'm actually glad to bring in Corporal back. But are they going to bring Corporal back the way that it's supposed to be? The Corporal is the first rank of the NCO Corps. Why am I hell-bent on Corporals? Because coming up in the Marine Corps, once you make Corporal, you are something now. I mean, Lance Coolies, don't get it twisted, the E3s on that one. Lance Corporals have a lot of responsibility. But when you make Corporal, you're an NCO. You can become a drill instructor. You can do all these extra B billets that you can't do as a non-NCO. Now, the Army, how I seen it, always downplayed it. Because if you made it to Corporal, yeah, you were treated as an NCO, but they kept calling it a glorified NCO. But now, from what I understand, is that since they're changing the requirements for all your schools, it's going back to the way it used to be. It keeps flip-flopping. Now you don't need your WLC to get E6 or something like that. I haven't really followed up on it. Bugs are tearing me up. I haven't really followed up on it. I'm gonna give shout out to Christopher Chaos. If you want to learn more about that, hit his channel up. He'll dig deep into that whole thing. I'm not going there. I just stick more towards the warrant stuff. But like I said, shout out to Christopher Chaos. Anyway, so the Army always seemed like they downplayed it. I mean, coming up through the years, I always seen someone who might be a corporal. Yes, they do give him a little bit more responsibility, but they tease it to where it's like, well, you're not a specialist anymore. Well, you're a corporal, so you're a specialist on steroids. Now, I have different thoughts on this. I think the corporal should be respected as a full-blown NCO. When you become a corporal, you go through the NCO indoctrination ceremony. You're indoctrinated as an NCO, so you should be fully treated as such. But since the Army watered it down, it's going to be hard to take that back or change it back. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because in my next video, I want to talk to you about how I believe it might change some of the requirements to become a warrant officer. But as I digress, yeah, I think bringing the corporal back is a great thing. Great thing for the Army and a great thing for the NCOs. It gives us the specialists a chance to become an NCO. And you're not changing the pay, but it's the responsibility. But the biggest thing is to get your evaluations. The earliest you can get your NCOERs, the better it is for you in the future. But I'm not going to beat this into the ground. But all I know is Marine Corps corporals are the so I'm glad the Army's really bringing back the corporal the way it's supposed to be, or trying to anyway, and not really, or shouldn't really downplay it. Check out my next video, because I want to talk about how I believe that the corporal might be able to change the game in becoming a warrant officer, because typically you have to be an E5 or above, or waiverable. So until the next time, peace.